We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim. And today we got another slate of games to go over. We got some college basketball. We got Monday Night Football. We've got some NHL. And we got some NBA. But before we get into today's slate, before we look at today's game, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. And there's only one way I can really describe yesterday, Tim, and that's the thing that's right behind us. It was a dumpster fire. It absolutely was. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to go over my NFL, which was absolutely horrible. I started the day off 0-9 in the NFL. I was lucky to catch the Pittsburgh Steelers +6, but Tennessee, first half full game, no good. New Orleans, no good. Buffalo, first half full game. That was our best bet. No good. Cleveland, I got them -10 on Monday. It moved up to -13. They can't cover against Tim Boyle and the Detroit Lions when Tim Boyle went, I think, 15 for 23 for 77 yards, 2 interceptions, and no touchdowns. Can't cover the spread. Embarrassing. Under 43 in the Carolina and Washington game. No. Jacksonville plus the 6.5. Absolutely not. They get blown out 30-10 against the 49ers. All right, so I started off 0-8, so into the 4 o'clock games we went. Dallas. Forgot they were playing yesterday. They get 3 Greg Zuerlein field goals, and that's it. Pitiful performance there. And then heading into the NHL, I went 2-3. The only ones I cashed on, which this would have sounded crazy in the beginning of the season, the only teams I cashed on yesterday were the Arizona Coyotes and the Buffalo Sabres. Don't look now, the Coyotes are on a 2-game win streak. They win in overtime as +215 dogs, I think. I had the +1.5 around -120, -125. I cashed that. Buffalo covers the +1.5, but what a heartbreaking loss it was for the Sabres last night. The Rangers score with, I believe, 0.7 seconds left on the clock. 0.4, my bad. And they get robbed of a point there. So not the way you wanted to go out last night. They did cash the +1.5 though. Yay. The Pistons covered the +5 for me. So I cashed that one. And then Denver got absolutely whooped last night. So I went 1-1 in the NBA, down the juice there. So overall, not a great day. And I believe college basketball went, 8-7?
8-9.
8-9.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and just recap all the plays that we put up on the site for yesterday. As Nick mentioned, NFL, 1-5. Buffalo, Jacksonville, Tennessee, New Orleans, and Dallas, all losers. Pittsburgh, barely covered. Nick's NHL, 2-3. Arizona and Buffalo winners. Boston, New York, and Washington puck line. None of those were anywhere close. NBA, 1-1 there. Got my win with the Bulls, barely. And Denver got whooped. I don't know what's going on with this Denver team. I believe that's 3 straight losses by 20 plus points. It's been ugly for them the past. I mean, they're kind of without some players. They only lost by 6 to the Bulls. But it's been a couple of just ugly games in a row for them. So 1-1 there. 8-9. We were hoping that freaking college basketball would pick us up again. Did not work out. Elon Temple, we had the over 134, finished at 133. That's how our day started. Weber State only won by 10. We had a -14.5. SMU lost in overtime. SMU. Little Rock and Sam Houston, we had the over 138.5, 136 final. Alabama, A&B, and UAB, A&M and UAB, loser. Wasn't even close. Longwood, -10, 10-point favorites, lost straight up. The over in that Longwood and West Carolina game, not even close. Georgia Southern and Wofford, over, not even close. And I believe that Wichita UNLV game, It did not go into overtime, but it did go over in general. So not good there. Overall, 8 and 9 for college basketball, 12 and 18 on the site. So a little bit of a regression bump for us after having like 3-4 days profitable in a row. But we got to think about it this way with college basketball. We've done 12 days this year, 12 games, and 12 days worth of games. And I think we've had a negative day 3 times. So I'm still really happy in how it's going. And the negative days weren't crazy. There was 1-4 day, a 1-2, and then last night. So nothing crazy there. We're still doing really, really well in college basketball. Still up 21 units for that. So we'll see how it goes. We got a full game of slates games today. We'll hop over to the chat and then start going through some games. Chanel L in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we did too. It's not a big deal. Monday, new day. And we're locked and loaded. We have 25 plays up on the site for college basketball alone. 32 plays altogether. 33 plays altogether up on the site. So hopefully have another good day. Hey. Hi, Miss Nika. Let's have a good day today. We'll go ahead and start off in college basketball. Once again, if you guys have any questions about any games of college basketball, leave them in the chat and we can go ahead and look over them. I know we got some good games to talk about today. These are the 2 free plays we have over on Picks and Parlay, so we figured throw these in, talk about them, and then move on to the other sports. Nick, go ahead and introduce the game.
Yeah, we got some Bulldogs and Chippewas here. Gonzaga versus Central Michigan. I believe this is at T-Mobile Arena. It's a neutral site game. Gonzaga slight 34-point favorites in this game, a total of 155. I'll let you break this one down, Tim.
Yeah, I will say this one, Gonzaga opened up at a 31-point favorite and moved to 34. You shouldn't be touching a line this. I mean, we've bet lines close to this before, but and we actually have a play that's a minus 27 today. But we're not in this game. I think 30 is about our max. But I'm going under. Because we see this a lot with Gonzaga games. They're 4-0 this year. Their over-under record, they're 1-3. Their only over was against Texas. So a good team. Now they're facing Central Michigan, which this year they faced Dixie State, Alcorn, and Bellarmine. So not good teams. And I can tell you exactly how this one's going to go. Ready? Central Michigan's going to score like 50 points. Maybe. If that. And then Gonzaga will end up scoring like 90. They'll win by 40. And then it will go way under because Gonzaga will be up 25 at halftime. And then throwing their bench players with 10 to go. And then it's low scoring from there. I'm going to go under the 155. We have this game marked as a... I had it right here. Oh, I didn't have it. Gonzaga, a 147.5. So definitely some value on this one. We're going under in the Gonzaga game.
Yeah, that's definitely the spot there. Because, I definitely do anticipate this just being a complete and utter blowout.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and jump to a little bit of a better game, I guess. Not really.
Sure.
We got totals for these games, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. And looking at this matchup here, we have the Citadel, more Bulldogs here, except this Bulldogs is a slight dog in this game, versus Duke. Duke, 26.5-point favorites, total 155. You do all the totals, Tim. I do all the sides. So break down this total, Tim.
Yeah, we're taking Citadel on the money line to upset. No, I'm kidding. No, we're taking this one under. It's very, very similar to last game. Citadel will score 40, maybe 50 points tonight, and that's about it. I will say the total did jump from a 151 to a 156.5. So a little bit of according to covers, obviously different numbers on different books. I'm taking this one under. I think it's a solid spot for one. Duke they're going to score their 80 points, maybe 85, 90 points, somewhere in that range. I just don't see the Citadel getting that much against them. I see this one being a lower scoring game as the same. We have this one lined around a 141. So the fact that it keeps going up, we're just keep getting more value on this one. We like the under in the Citadel and Duke.
Yeah, and if anyone's looking for a side in this game, we lean with the points with Citadel.
Yep. Let's go to the chat and go from there. How about them whack? Yeah, Yeah, our circa had Packers, so that was a loser for us. Thanks. Y'all are great. LA Kings are overrated. Y'all were right. I mean, yeah, we were right on that one. Nick was. Morning, gang. Happy Monday, bounce back day. Yes, it is. Rice starting soon. I will say the earliest game that me and Nick have a play from is the Tulane Drexel game. So, if anything, I'll pull it up just because I know people are gonna. That's a 5-point spread now, so it would be a lean towards Rice. It would be a lean towards Rice at the -5. So yeah, Rice. I called it a week ago. Vikings will win. Said it many times. Good for you. Good job. You're going Giants +11. I know Nick is all over that one. We did not put up on the site because I don't have a bet on this game, and I don't want to bet the Giants. Murray State. I know we have that
Racers.
one. And then Murray is at a.
We're on the over in that game.
We have it lined at a 6-point spread. It's a 6-point spread. Yeah, we have the over. Richmond. Let's see what we got for Richmond. We have this. They have it's about a 9.5 point spread. Richmond is against Hofstra. It'd be a lean towards Hofstra with the points, but not enough for us to want to bet it. Bucks against that's NBA. Bucks are against the. You're laying 12 points against City. The Magic. Magic.
I'm looking at Hawks. My bad.
So good. You're laying a lot of points there. You're laying a lot of points with the Hawks. Laying a lot of points with the Celtics. If you think big favorites win, that's fine. I didn't. I think I have a play in one of those games. Which one do I have a play in? I have a play in two of those games. I have the under in Houston, under in OKC. So those are. We'll go over those in a little bit. And then the Bulls, I laid off that game. If anything, it's probably a lean towards the Pacers. Bulls on a second leg of a back-to-back. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cast today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Let's get it. You teased Rice. Don't mind it. And the over in the Arkansas game. Arkansas Little Rock game. Not bad. LSU. We are on LSU and the under. Seton Hall. We're with you on that one. Yes. UTEP. I don't think we have anything from that game. Yeah, no, nothing from that game. We have it as a 2.5 point spread, and it's at a, if I get spelled right, 4-point spread. So if anything, it's probably a lean towards Riverside, but once again, we're not betting it, so that's you. Saying good morning to Marcos. George Mason. Let's look up this one. George Mason versus Washington. That's a 9:30 game. We have it as a 4.5 point spread. It's at a 3.5 point spread, so probably lean towards George Mason, but ever so slightly. That Steelers turned into a Pro Bowl in the fourth quarter. Yeah. We ended up cashing Pittsburgh, so it worked. Good, awesome. I guess the Prodigy ain't got back. LL Washington. No.
I was leaning Washington in my stupid bet the under.
Yeah, I realized the Nuggets got blown out. Yeah, that makes sense that they did that. Yeah, Nuggets. That one hurt. Oh, I mean, it hurt just as much as the other ones, but we'll go ahead and jump into the NFL.
Yeah.
I know Nick has a big play from this one. I'll tell you, I'm passing on this game already. So, Nick, go ahead.
New York Giants are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game. Buccaneers 11-point home favorites in this spot. A total of 50 in this game. And this is probably my play of the day. Let's get our plays scrolling on the bottom here. I'm on the New York Giants in this spot. But I took the 11 points. I think that this is a spot where they keep it close.
Then why does it say New York Giants plus 400?
Give me a minute to talk. Give me a minute. The Giants this year are great as road underdogs, I've noticed. They're 3-1 against the spread, including covering a 10.5-point spread against Kansas City in Kansas City a couple weeks ago. They are coming in, winning 2 of their last 3 games and almost winning 3 straight. They could have beat the Kansas City Chiefs in that game, to be completely honest, since getting blown out 38-11 against the Rams. They beat the Carolina Panthers 25-3. It was a 20-17 game against Kansas City. They beat the Raiders 23-16. Yes, I understand this is a huge step up in competition, but you know what the Giants did last week, right? They were on their bye week. They had extra time to prepare for this game. So with extra time and prep against Tom Brady, I like the Giants in the spot, plus 11, getting 11 points on the road. I think that's a great spot. And yes, I did put a half unit play, plus 400. New York Giants win this game straight up. I have a feeling we see an upset tonight.
That's a little bit bold, but can't really argue with that, I guess.
I mean, you can, but you're not going to.
No, I don't feel like it. We got 10 or 11 games. Yeah, 10 games. Illinois and Houston basketball. Illinois, that game, we have the under. Houston game, nothing. Nothing in the Houston game. I was trying to look up something because according to, that's what I figured. For whatever reason, I was on college basketball. I typed up the Illinois-Cincinnati game because I wanted to see what the line was so I could comment on this one. Notice anything weird?
This line's, they said number 2 overall.
Cincinnati's not number 2.
I think in that tournament they are. Yeah, but they have Gonzaga number 4. The covers is a little messed up right now.
Yeah. Tampa Bay and under. I don't mind that.
One more stat with that Tampa Bay game. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 0-3 against the spread on primetime games.
All right.
Public's going to be all over Tampa in this spot.
That's fair. Well, we'll jump into something that you like as well, Nick. We'll go through the NHL slate next. Only 6 games. Not a big slate on this one. Start off with the Columbus Blue Jackets in the future Stanley Cup champions, Buffalo Sabres. Gotta love them, even though they're under 500 and not really doing that well anymore. But 9-6 start for Columbus.
Back to where they're supposed to be.
7-8-2 for Buffalo. Where are you looking in this one? And maybe pull up the lines as well.
Yeah, looking at this matchup here, it looks like we're going to get Elvis Merzlikins, and Aaron Dell did play last night, though. So they're saying probable goalie Aaron Dell. I have a feeling we're getting somebody other than him because he did play last night. Maybe I think Craig Anderson's still out. So, I'm trying to remember who their other goalie is. Like, they don't have that good of goalies right now. And it would be a lean towards the over in this game, if anything. Both these teams, or at least the Buffalo Sabres, they give up 3.18 goals allowed per game. They've been giving up goals lately. They gave up 5 against Toronto. They did limit Buffalo to Pittsburgh to 1. They gave up 5 to Calgary, though, and 5 to the New York Rangers. And this is a spot where I think I'm leaning towards the over in this game. I might get to a play on the over in this game. Columbus, they did go under in their last game, 3-2 loss against Vegas. But previous to that, they had gone over in 7 straight games. And they are 22nd in the NHL, giving up 3.13 goals a game. And they're actually number 10 in the NHL, scoring 3.2 goals a game. So both these teams have been giving up goals, and I feel like they can both score some goals here. Let's see what the line is on this one. This may be in addition to my card because I wasn't a huge fan of this card to begin with. 5.5 at -120. I'm going to take a deeper look into that one there to potentially see if I like an over 5.5 in this game. But right now it's a pass, but I'm leaning towards the over in this game. Nothing on the side there.
Fair enough. And if he does bet it, he'll either post it on the community tab, Facebook group, or it'll be a free play over on the Picks and Parleys site. So Just check out one of those sources and you'll be able to figure that one out. We do have other free plays on the site as well. Most of the stuff we're going to be going over here, but if you guys want to check out the site, go ahead and check that out. We'll go on to the next game. We get the Vegas Golden Knights in St. Louis taking on the Blues. 151 favorites in this one, total of 5.5. Golden Knights 11-7 this year. Blues 9-6-1-1. Where are you looking in this game, Nick?
Yeah, this is definitely a pass game for me. Looking at this spot, Vegas has not looked terrible considering all their injuries. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. They're coming off of a 3-2 win over Columbus in their last game at home. Now they hit the road. They head to St. Louis. I think this game is priced correctly. I don't really want anything to do with this game, and I'm not a huge fan of the total here. I guess I would lean towards an under in this game. Generally, Vegas is more of an under team on the road and more of an over team at home. So it would be a lean towards the under in this game between St. Louis and Vegas. This could have a little bit of a playoff atmosphere in it, even though, once again, I feel like I keep reading all these names off, but Vegas is still missing, it feels like, half their team. Theodore is out again. They're still missing Carlson, Marchessault, Martinez, Pasquaretti, Patrick. Like, this is a team that's missing a lot of players. On the other side, St. Louis is only really missing Braden Shen, and he's day-to-day right now. So this is a relatively healthy St. Louis team. So I understand why they are favorites of that size. I would lean towards them. If I had to pick a side in this game, it would be the Blues. I'd also lean towards the under. The stronger lean for me would be the under in this game, but I'm just staying off this one.
That's fair. Don't have to bet everything. I like the next. And Jazz. We'll go over the basketball games in a little bit. Go Sabres, 100%. Go Sabres. Jump into this next one. The Anaheim Ducks are in Nashville taking on the Predators. 138 favorites for Nashville. 5.5 is your total. 10-5-2-1 for Anaheim. 9-7-1 for the Preds. Where are you looking at this one, Nick?
Yeah, looking at the spot here, we have Anaheim. They finally had their point streak snapped, which was at, I believe, 9 in a row. They won 8 games in a row previous to their 2-1 loss against Carolina. And this is a spot where they're traveling across the country here from Anaheim to Nashville. This is going to be their first game of a road trip here. And I like Nashville in this spot. I laid the -135, -140, whatever it is right now. Nashville is a good home team. They're 4-3 so far this season at home, but this is definitely a team that plays significantly better at home than they do on the road. And we've seen Anaheim struggle on the road so far this year, 3-2-2. So they're slightly under 500 on the road. Most of their winning streak there, when they won those 8 games in a row, only 2 of them were on the road, and that was at Vancouver and at Seattle, 2 teams that had been struggling. Because if we look at the competition that Anaheim played during that winning streak, it was Montreal, New Jersey when they were not playing good hockey. They've played much better hockey since then. Arizona, St. Louis when they were in a little skid, Vancouver, Seattle, Vancouver again. They went to overtime against Washington. I think that was the Washington's first or second game on a West Coast road trip. And then they lost to Carolina. When they finally faced a real team, they lost. And I like Nashville here. I'm going to go with Nashville on the money line, around -135, -140, wherever you guys can get it now, to take care of business against the Ducks here.
I like it. We'll go ahead and head back over to the chat in just a sec. Marcos is just trying to flirt with Miss Danica. Trying to say he likes all of her plays. We'll go ahead and keep moving on. Ottawa Senators in Colorado. Ottawa finally back from that COVID stuff that they were going on with. In Colorado, take on the Avalanche. Avalanche, tiny favorites of -125. 325.
125. I'm slamming the Avalanche.
Sorry, 325. I read it quickly. Total of 6, 4, 10, and 1 for Ottawa. 8, 5, and 1 for Colorado. Where are you looking in this one, Nick?
Absolutely nowhere. We have an Ottawa team where we don't know what we're going to get out of them here. They've been on a break for, I think, over a week now. One good thing about it is they had gotten a couple players back, but this is probably a team that's been rusty. They've been kept off the ice for a few days. And this is probably going to be one of those rust over rest type of situations because they've been off way too long. And on the other side, there's no way I'm laying minus 325 on a money line in any hockey game. But there's no way I'm laying minus 125 on their puck line here, especially without a couple of their starting centers. This is a team that's still missing Nathan McKinnon, JT Compher in their center ice positions. Their top centers now are Nazem Kadri, who's looked absolutely fantastic since moving up to that top line with Landeskog and Rantanen. He's been getting points. If you're looking for point props, Nazem Kadri is definitely one you should look at. And then Alex Newhook is another one of their top two centers now, which I don't know what to expect from him much. So this Colorado team is banged up. They're missing two of their top centers. So there's no way I'm laying minus 325 or minus 125 on the puck line with these guys. And there's no way I'm trying to figure out a way to back Ottawa in this game. Even at plus 275, I mean, if you guys love plus money and everything, and you think these guys are rested and ready to go, Ottawa plus 275? But I'm not touching this game.
That's fair. Yeah, I've been busted. I was busted on Marcos. LO called you out, Marco. Earle Sports Bets and Mingle. Let's get it. It's a new app in the working. We're getting it copyrighted. Don't steal it.
Yeah, we're getting a patent on it. Don't try to mess with it. It's our $1 million idea.
Of course. We'll go ahead and keep on moving on. We got 2 hockey games left. Then we get into a big NBA slate. Pittsburgh Penguins in Winnipeg going up against the Jets. 113, 115 favorites for Winnipeg. Total of 5.5. 7, 6, 1, and 3 for Pittsburgh. 9, 4, 2, and 2 for Winnipeg. Where are you looking in this one, Nick?
Yeah. And by the way, going back to that one new app, basically in your profile, you put what type of handicapper you are and what type of handicapper you want to meet, and then it finds your best match. But moving on here, the Pittsburgh Penguins are at the Winnipeg Jets, and this is another pass for me. I'm not a huge fan of this game. If I had to pick a side, it would be Winnipeg. Looking at this game, let me get this up on, what do you call it? Covers. Pittsburgh, they're coming in off of, they finally got a win. They beat Toronto 2-0 the other day. Actually, they've won their last 2 games by a combined score of 8-0, beating Montreal and beating Toronto. So this team has been looking a little bit better, but they continue a road trip here in Winnipeg. Winnipeg's been really solid at home so far this year, 7-1-1. And this would be Winnipeg or nothing in the spot for me here. I think that this is a regression spot for Pittsburgh, if anything. And I see a little bit of line value here with the Jets, but this is another one where I just passed.
That's fair. Back to the chat that let's go back to here. You like the Ducks, Colorado, and the over 6. Hopefully that's parlayed because that Colorado line is juicy. Under in the Penguins game.
I don't hate it. Penguins have played really good defensively recently.
Penguins. Suppness. All right, we're good to go. We're good. We can really start the stream now, Nick. Vegas Golden Knights and the Hurricanes. We'll go over the Hurricanes game in just a second. Jets money line at an awesome price.
It is. It's a really nice price.
What up, Lex? Sorry. Laugh, cry, laugh. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Hurricanes lose by 1 today. We'll go over that game in just a second. Beating bad teams. Who's beating bad teams?
I don't know.
They really have an app like that?
Yeah, it's called handicappersonly.com.
Oh, God, stop it.
You can bet on it.
You guys are comedians. You know what? No. You can't compare. You can't compare us to those legends of Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler.
You can't compare us to them. That's like me hopping on a basketball court and saying I'm LeBron.
That's the play. That's the move that made LeBron cry. All right, we got Jets win by a hair today. Fair enough. We'll go ahead and jump into the final NHL game of the day. Hurricanes of Carolina going into San Jose to face the Sharks. 14-2 for the Carolina Hurricanes. They continue to be the best team in the league. San Jose 8-8 and 8-0-1 for them. Hurricanes around a 150-160 favorite. Total of 5.5. Nick, took it away.
Yeah, this is Hurricanes or nothing for me, and I bet the Hurricanes here. I got them around -150, -155 in this game. They are the best team in hockey, without a shadow of doubt. Carolina answered my questions that I had for them in the beginning of the season, and they've looked really good doing it. My biggest question was their defensive core and their goaltending. Oh yeah, they're only sitting number 2 in the NHL, only allowing 2 goals a game. Come on. They are coming in off of a 5-4 win against LA. The only teams they've lost to is Philly at home, and they lost to lost to Florida in Florida, which Florida is, I think, one of the best home teams at this moment. Carolina coming in on 4 straight wins against St. Louis, Vegas, Anaheim, and LA. So they're playing really good hockey at the moment. They're 8-1 away from PNC Arena. They're 14-2 overall. I had this team as a team I wanted to bet to win the Stanley Cup at 22-1 this year. I thought that price was absolutely ridiculous. Also to win the division and I believe over their point total as well. This was a Carolina Hurricanes I was super high on coming into the year because I was super high on them last year, and they didn't really lose too much other than their goaltending. And looking at the Sharks here, they've played really bad recently. 4-0 loss to Washington, 4-1 loss to St. Louis, a fluky win, 4-1 against Minnesota. They lost 6-2 to Colorado, 4-1 to Winnipeg. And not only have they lost 4 of their last 5 games, they've been puck-lined in 4 of their last 5 games. So when they're losing pretty bad. So if you guys want to go with Hurricanes on the puck line as well, I am not going to talk you guys off of that. I was super tempted on doing the puck line around +165. But for me in this game, it's Carolina or nothing. So take warning, the Hurricanes will win tonight.
There you go. But that is all for the NHL for today. We do get a nice 10-game slate in the NBA where I currently have 5 plays. I could be adding a couple more later on in the day. But we'll go ahead and start in this one, Nick.
Yeah, but first we'll look at we have a couple chats.
Oh, did I miss
You can
that?
bet on it. Yes. Will I get a match today? +800.
No. Oh wow, okay. That's actually wait, yes is +800?
Yeah, that means you'd have to get one once every 8 days.
All right. The no is a lock. Lock of the century.
Canes, money line, team total over, and puck line. Love it. And Sharks team total. So basically what you told me from this, 4-2 Canes tonight. That's what that read to me. Minimum. Wait, desert first. What do you mean desert first? Oh, dessert first. Yeah, we had
dessert last. Wait, now we get to go over NBA. This is dessert.
No. But we do get the Brooklyn Nets at the Cleveland Cavaliers in this one here. Cavaliers 6.5-point home dogs in this one. Total of 208.5. Where are you looking at for this one?
Yeah, I think I left. Yeah, I laid off this game. If anything, and I know I love betting on the Cavs. They've been one of my favorite teams to bet on this year. It would be a lean towards the Nets. I know Jared Allen is back. That's good. This team without Mobley, it's kind of rough right now. I don't know if they are able. I mean, 6.5. If they had Mobley, and if it was a 6.5, I would be all over them right now. Because I think that this Cleveland team with Mobley is a really good team. Mobley's going to be out. That was about a week ago, so another 1 to 3 weeks. Once he comes back, I'll be right back on to betting the Cleveland Cavaliers. It would be a lean towards the Nets in this one, but I left it off.
Yeah, I took them here. I'm on the Cavaliers plus the 6.5 points. I had this game handicapped around 3, so I did see around 3.5 points of value on this line. And Cavaliers are a team I'm going to continue to back. Yes, I think that we're actually going to get a little bit better of prices here because if Mobley was in, I think this would be a 5.5, 5 to be completely honest. So I think we're getting a little extra line value. Plus, is Mobley worth 2 points? Like
On
what is your value on Mobley? Like for a betting perspective.
For this team, probably like 1.5, 2 points. He makes a big difference. I know he's just a rookie, but if he didn't get injured, I would 100% say he would be 100% in the contention for Rookie of the Year. That he is that good. Right now, I think it's Scotty Barnes from Toronto at the moment is leading it, and then there is one guy from the Magic that was quite intriguing. That would be, what was his name? Franz Wagner is another one that would be interesting for Rookie of the Year. But no, Mobley has a humongous impact on this Cleveland team. Having him out is definitely going to hurt. He was one of the big reasons why this team was winning these games. So, yes, are they going to be good without him? Do you think they'll be fine without him? Yeah, I think so. They've had a little bit of regression lately since not having him. Losing to Golden State, losing to Brooklyn, to Boston, barely beating Boston. They lost to Washington. They beat a bad Pistons team.
Okay. But when you're reading out these teams, those don't sound like bad losses.
No, not at all.
Golden State's the best team in the NBA right now. Brooklyn has the potential of being the best team in the NBA. Boston,
number one in the East.
Boston's a fringe playoff team, I think. So and then Washington's been a nice little surprise this year. So you're saying that they're struggling, but they're losing to the best teams in the league.
Yeah, they are, but they're losing by margin, I should say. So I definitely think those games should be closer if they're a more competitive team. If Mobley was in, those games would have been competitive. So no, I do value Mobley a lot, and I do put it into my handicapping. Normally I don't handicap players that often, but a player of that magnitude, like fading like a LeBron, I put him a little bit into my handicapping, but nothing crazy. Because, yes, he has an impact on the team, but if he's out, there's still Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. On this team, Evan Mobley's out. Yeah, you get Darius Garland, rookie,
nice player.
A veteran Ricky Rubio, C.D. Osman. Yeah. It's not the same without him. This team is now built around Mobley. So no, this would be Nets or pass for me in this game. I passed. Spent a lot of time talking about a game that I passed on.
Well, I didn't pass. I took Cleveland plus the 6.5. So
there you go.
That's that. Hurricanes 1-2. They always lose one. No, they're 14-2. How are they they win 2 and lose 1? How are they 14-2 then?
I don't know. Cavs puck line, Cavs money line over to. Oh, you're high on the Cavs today. I do not share that optimism with you. I like them picks. That's fine. LO Senators puck line is plus 110.
Yeah.
Wait, I see why.
Yep.
Canes in regulation plus 110. There you go.
We'll
go ahead and move on. And I actually have a play from this game though.
Yeah, we'll be looking at the Washington Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets in this spot here. Wizards 4-point home favorites in this game, a total of 216. Where are you looking at for this one?
Washington. Washington is one of the best home teams in the league right now. 7-1 for them. I believe the only teams Atlanta is also 7-1 at home. And then Golden State has a crazy record at home. Other than that, there's not many teams that are as good at home this year as Washington. And I think they continue it. I think this is a very, very solid team. Bradley Beal has really been able to do a lot this year. Spencer Dinwiddie has, where he used to play for the Nets and couldn't get minutes because of the big three. He's one of the bigger players now for this. He's the main point guard on this Washington team, and he's been able to flourish. Kyle Kuzma, no longer behind LeBron James. He's actually been playing pretty good. Montrezl Harrell has been a beast. This Washington team, and then keep in mind, they still have Rui Hachimura and Thomas Bryant that have not started this year. Which means when they come back, this team is going to be deep, especially in that power forward and center position. Right now, their center position, they have Montrezl Harrell. But this is once those two guys get back and you really have a deep bench, this Washington team is going to be even more deadly. And keep in mind, they are a half game back of first place in the East behind the Brooklyn Nets. I think Washington continues to roll. Give me the -3.5. I got them 3.5. I would take them at 4 too.
Yeah, I think I stayed off this game. I had this game handicapped around 3.5. I see it at 4, so I didn't see enough line value to really attack this game. So this was a simple, plain, simple pass for me. Yeah, I guess I would be leaning towards Washington in this spot if I had to pick a side, but no action here.
Fair enough. You said the over. I don't mind it, except for keep in mind these Wizards are not last year's Wizards. This Wizards team is a heavy, heavy under team. They are 5-11 over/under record this year.
Yeah, I still remember that Wizards team where they had totals in the 237s, 238s.
I remember a couple of them hitting. I remember how a couple of them hitting 240s, and you still went over because they would score 130 points a game. This is not that This is not that.
This is not that NBA this year.
This is a better Wizards team. They play way better defense. This is a way better Wizards team that I think could be very competitive in a East that is Brooklyn, and that's about it for right now.
Chicago,
I guess
Milwaukee,
no, not even Milwaukee right now. In an Eastern Conference, I think Washington could win. I think Washington could win the Eastern Conference this year. You go pull the odds up on that one. We'll move on to the next game.
To win the Eastern Conference, Washington Wizards are 25-1.
Yeah, I would be all right with that. I think that's a solid. I think that's a good price.
To win their division, they're 650 plus 650, but they have the Heat and the Hawks in their division.
I think they beat the Heat and the Hawks. Yep.
Wow, we're super high on the Wizards then.
I'm high on the Wizards. I will be high on the Wizards all year. I've been high on the Wizards to start the year. I will be on them all year unless something crazy happens where they make a trade or what I do.
You typed in -625 their money line instead of -11.5 for the Hawks.
Did I actually? Oops.
Yeah, because we're gonna lay the money line.
Sorry, I wasn't. I guess I typed them up quick. We'll go ahead and move on to this game, Nick. Oh wait, hold on. Two chats. You have the Hornets +4. Washington beat Miami by 3. Beat NOLA by 5. Crappy NOLA team. Hornets will cover. We'll see. We have 29 people in the live chat. And Earle Sports Bets. We don't have 29 likes. Come on, guys. Get it. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Go ahead, Nick. Introduce this game.
Yeah, we had the Oklahoma City Thunder here at the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks 11.5-point home favorites in this game with a total of 213. Were you looking at getting involved in this one?
As ugly as this game is, yes. And we're gonna start. Riding that one train again. And that will be the Oklahoma City team total under. But I'm going under in general in this game. It's Hawks will score. Hawks will score in this one. They'll score about 100, maybe 110. Oklahoma City doesn't get out of the hundreds. And I think this one tanks under. I have this one lined, I think, around a 207 area. So definitely some value there. This Oklahoma City Thunder team is rough. And SGA is questionable for today's game, which if he is out, that only makes me like the under even more. Because SGA is the only thing that this team has. And I do not want to be laying 10-plus points on games. I've learned my lesson. I do not lay 10-plus points. When it comes to spreads like that, I really don't do anything with spreads of 10-plus. Now, like the one time Cleveland against the Brooklyn Nets, I was all over. But no, that like a game like this, I know the Atlanta Hawks are really good at home, and could they win this game by 30? They very well could. But I am not laying 11.5 points on the Hawks today. It's the under for me in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the under as well. You guys all know we do our totals the same way, so we get to the same totals. So yeah, I'm on the under in this game as well. I mean, I don't hate that team total under look for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're not a team that does put up a lot of points. So that's definitely a spot I can definitely agree with there. They average 98.6 points a game, which is 30th in the NBA. So this is definitely an Oklahoma City team that struggles to score the ball, but they are 10-6, or no, it's 10-6 ATS this year. So I guess maybe a lean towards Oklahoma City though to cover a spread.
There you go. Omar says, checking in. Good morning. Man, I just checked my tickets cashed Thursday and Friday and had a long weekend since it was my birthday on Saturday. Let's get it. Happy birthday, dude. Yeah, Hawks minus 11.5 is definitely too much, and Marcos is still on the Packers.
I thought we were done talking about football.
Yeah, I thought, yeah. I guess he's just going to keep bringing it up. It's fine. We'll go ahead and move on, Nick.
Yeah. The Houston Rockets are at the Boston Celtics in this one here. Celtics 11.5 point home favorites. Another big home favorite in this game. The total of 212.5. Are you looking at this one?
It's a very similar situation for me. I'm on the under, and it's basically the same thing as last game. Is I am not laying 11.5 points on this Boston Celtics team. If anything, it's a laying. I would grab the 11.5 with Houston, but I'd rather go under. I have this game lined at like a 205, somewhere in that area. It's going to be another one of those situations like last game where I don't think Houston team total under at the 101.5 that it is. I think that's a very appealing bet for me. I'd like the under in general, under 212.5. I think the Celtics could possibly hit 100, 110. I just don't see the Houston Rockets getting out of the hundreds. So I'm going under in this game. I think that's the best spot for this one.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Celtics in this spot here, even at the minus 11.5. I had this game handicapped at 12.5. And if we looked what the Celtics have done so recently, they covered 8 of their last 10 games. And they're facing a team in Oklahoma City who is 0-10 on the road. They're 5-11 over under, but they're 6-3-1 against the spread. So yeah, I'm also on the under, but I would also lean towards this Boston Celtics team. So I guess you can say I'll lean towards the team total under here for Houston as well. But yeah, under and a lean towards Boston.
Fair enough. It's checkout time. Okay. You like Brooklyn and Utah today? Brooklyn, I can get on Brooklyn with you. Utah has a lot of points. We'll go over that one in just a minute, though. Under 55, Washington Hornets first quarter. They averaged 25 points per first quarter last 5 games, each team. Interesting. Bulls must win. There's not really any must wins at this time of the year. No. Skip the Packers comment. Celtics must win. I mean, they're 11.5 point favorites against a team that hasn't won a game, and they're 1-15 this year. I think they won their second game of the year, and that's it. So yes, they better win. Good morning, everyone. Let's get it. Yep. One home favorite will cover, the other will not. But which one is the question? If I
would have to pick one home favorite to cover, it's Boston.
Well, there's 4 double-digit home favorites today, so
it's got to be Boston.
If I had to give the most likely one to do it,
and I have a bet
Utah,
on one. Yeah, I was gonna say I have a bet on one. Why am I saying
Utah
Boston?
would most likely be? I didn't say be quiet. Good luck, dude. Good luck.
Just comment on the NBA now. No, not. To be honest, going back to that Packers game, I didn't really like the Packers to begin with. I was looking at Minnesota all week long, and then I never pulled the trigger on the game. And then when Trap put it in as the circa pick, I was like, all right, now I'm definitely not going to pull the trigger because I was on the fence in that game. I was leaning Minnesota, but it is what it is. I'm just glad I didn't bet the under because that would have miserably not cashed, and I would have gone 1-10.
Yep, there you go. We'll go ahead and move on to this game, Nick.
Yeah, the Indiana Pacers are at the Chicago Bulls in this spot here. Bulls 3.5 point home favorites, total 211 in this game. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I might be adding another play to my thing, and I might be interested in taking the Pacers. This Chicago team's on a second leg of a back-to-back. I know, and then everybody's going to be on them. Oh, they're only 3-point favorites. I feel like a lot of the public is going to be all over the Bulls. I think taking the Pacers plus 3 could be an interesting spot for this one. Nikola Vucevic, who I thought was going to be in last game, was not in, and he will not be in. Will remain out today. So once again, no Vucevic. But for the first time really this year, this Indiana team is healthy. I think they could possibly get a little bit of a road upset versus the Bulls today. I didn't bet it yet. I might. We'll see.
Yeah, then fine. Then call me Joe Public because I already put a bet down on the Chicago Bulls minus the 3.5. I had this game handicapped around 5.5, 6. So I'm seeing line value with the Chicago Bulls in this spot. And yes, I understand it's the second half of a back-to-back, and this may come back and blow up in my face, but I like the Bulls in this spot. I see nice little line value in this game. I mean, Bulls have treated us very nicely this year. ATS, they're 12-5 ATS this year. They're 6-2 at home. They're facing an Indiana team. This is probably the biggest factor over everything here. Indiana sucks on the road. They're 2-9 this season away from Indiana, and this is not a team I particularly trust on the road. So I'm going to go with the team that I trust more, which is tough to trust much in this Eastern Conference. But one of those teams is the Chicago Bulls. So I'll lay the 3.5 with them here to get the job done against Indiana.
That's fair. We'll go ahead and keep on keeping on. We'll go to this beauty of a game.
Oh, yes. The Milwaukee Bucks are hosting the Orlando Magic in this one here. Bucks 12-point home favorites against this Magic team. Total of 218. I'm not particularly interested in this game. Are you?
No. No, I am not. I think, if anything, team total under with Orlando. The only problem is Milwaukee's defense hasn't been good. They've been allowing points. And I think this could be a spot where Orlando could possibly cover a spread and possibly see an over today. But no, this is not a game I'm interested in. Once again, not laying 12 points with the Bucks. And I'm not interested in grabbing 10 points with Orlando. They
12.
did just 12 points, yeah. They did just play 2 days ago, and Milwaukee won by 9 points. I'm not interested in this game at all. I don't think it's a good spot. I don't like this game. It's an ugly one. Pass.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not particularly interested in this game. I would lean towards the road dog in this spot here, getting 12 points. And that's mainly because Milwaukee's really struggled this year ATS. They're 6-11 ATS this year. They haven't covered a game in 5 straight. They were favorites in the last 3. They didn't cover a 9-point spread against the Lakers. They didn't cover a 13-point spread against the Thunder. They didn't cover a 12.5-point spread against the Magic. What is going to make us think they're going to cover today? And also, they didn't cover the previous 2 games before that. They were underdogs in both those games and got blown out. 120-100 against Atlanta and 122-113 in overtime against Boston. So this team has struggled to cover anything recently. And until they prove to me that they can cover a spread, I'm leaning towards the Magic in this spot. There's no way I'm touching the Bucks, and there's no way I'm touching this game in general. I just think this game is awful.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Back to the chat. Miss Danica says that she likes the Timberwolves, don't love them. This is a perfect transition because our next game is
the New Orleans Pelicans hosting these Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves are 3.5-point road favorites in this game, a total of 214. I like a side and a total in this spot. Where are you looking here?
You like a side and a total, and I'm laying off this game totally, right?
No, I'm not. You're on a total.
Never mind. I'm on the under. Sorry, I woke up early this morning. Drove Christine. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, so I'm a little bit tired.
Have fun.
Yeah. I like the under in this game. Haven't really seen much out of these two teams. New Orleans has been. I did not expect them to be this bad. 3-15. Yikes. Minnesota 7-9. It'd probably be a lean towards New Orleans. If I had to pick a side, I like the under. It is my favorite play. I got it at 214. It's dropped to 212.5. So I really like the under. I'm not sure if it really has that much value anymore, but I'm on the under for this one.
Yeah, I'm on the under as well. And then I feel like even though I have a bet on the side, this.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's a 1-800-GAMBLER game. But with that being said, I had this game lined at a pick'em. And I bet it this morning at +4. I'm on the Pelicans in this spot at home. This is a Timberwolves team I don't particularly trust on the road. They're 2-3 on the road, but this is a game where I think these teams are closer in talent than people think they are. So I like under 214, and I'm going to correlate that a little bit with the points here, +4 points with the New Orleans Pelicans in this game.
I don't mind that at all. Back to the chat. Marcella says the over in the Magic game. Milwaukee will score. My question is, I don't know if Orlando will.
If you like the over, maybe take Orlando's team total or take Milwaukee's team total over.
There you go. That I would be all right with. Wolves and the under. I like the under. No real side on the side.
Fair enough. We have 3 games left in the NBA?
Yes, we do.
Phoenix Suns are at the San Antonio Spurs in this one here. Suns 5.5-point road favorites in this game. Total of 221. Where are you going for this one?
To the hottest team in the league, which ironically is the Suns. No, but seriously, I want to be on the Suns for this one. Yes, they've won 10 straight games, and now they're in San Antonio facing a Spurs team that has not been good this year. 4-11 to start the year, 2-4 at home. They don't really cover. This is not a team I'm willing to back. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games, 4-6 ATS the last 10. Not a spot I'm interested in for the Spurs. This one's a Suns play all day. Suns are on a second leg of a back-to-back, but they kind of had the fourth quarter off in that Denver game as they blew them out. So I still think the Phoenix players will be fresh enough for today's game. I think they win by margin against the Spurs.
Yeah, this is just one I just stayed completely off of. This Phoenix Suns team has looked really good, though. They're finally waking up and playing better. I think they struggled to start the year, but now they're 13-3. It's not like we're now looking at them like, wow, did they struggle in the beginning of the year? This team
1-3 start.
Yeah, they were 1-3. Now they've won 12 straight games. So, this is a spot where I'm just staying completely.
3-3 start.
3-3 start. Okay, they've won 10 straight games. But I'm just going to stay off this game. I think that this line's priced correctly. I had this game at 5.5.
Fair enough. Lex likes the under in this game. I don't mind it. But I do like the Suns. Over in the Utah and Grizzlies game. Let's jump into that one, Nick.
Yeah, Memphis Grizzlies are at the Utah Jazz. Your Utah 10-point home favorites, total 222. I like a play in this game. Do you?
No, I don't. This one, I really don't understand this Memphis team. It's a different team each night, I feel like. Between getting absolutely blown to pieces against Minnesota, losing by 43 points, to beating the Clippers, killing the Rockets, losing to the Pelicans, losing to the Suns, losing to Charlotte, beating Minnesota, losing to Washington, beating Denver, I don't understand this team. I don't. And I don't want to get in the way of them. It doesn't make sense. If anything, it's probably a lean towards them at +10 because 10 points is a lot. But with Dylan Brooks is doubtful for today's game, which is going to take a big chunk out of that depth on that Memphis team. I'm not interested in this game. I have a play on the last game, but I do not have a play on this one.
Oh, because I was going to ask you one little question. You like Jazz? I do today. I'm on the Jazz -10 in this game. I had this game handicapped around 12.5, so I did see a little bit of line value here with this home favorite. And they said one home favorite will cover today. It's going to be this one. I think that they take care of business here against Memphis in this spot. I think that this is going to be an easy double-digit win here for Utah at home. We know how good of a home team Utah is this year.
Yeah.
And I think that they're 6-2 at home. They're 11-5 overall. I mean, this is a team that I can cover some spreads, and I think they will today. So give me Utah here minus the 10 points.
Fair enough. But we'll go ahead and jump into the last game of the day, and I do have a play from this one.
Yeah, I passed on this one, but we have the Philadelphia 76ers at the Sacramento Kings. Kings are on 2.5-point home favorites, total of 219.5. Where are you looking?
Sixers. Yes, I know they're still in the middle of their long road trip. The Kings just fired their coach after a 6-11 start, and they're still favorites. No, absolutely not. Even without Joel Embiid, I think this Philadelphia team goes in there, and I got them at +3. I think at least cover. If not, I think they went straight up. I don't think this Kings team. I was wrong on this Kings team to start off the year. I figured Sacramento. I liked their lineup. I liked Fox. I liked Barnes. Holmes was coming into it. Halliburton, Hield. I'm like, ooh, this could be a good young team, and they have not been. They've 6-11 start. They've really just been disappointing, and I think they continue that today. They just fired their coach yesterday, so I'm riding with the Sixers on this one.
How long have they had this head coach?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was going to say, because if you're firing him after a 6-11 start, what type of expectations did you have with this season? That's my question, because I don't know about you, but when I thought Sacramento Kings this year, I did not think NBA Finals are bust. So I don't understand that
playoffs.
firing.
I saw playoffs. I saw maybe top 6 in the West, that they could probably try to fight for that top 8 in the West.
This West Conference is way too stacked for that, though.
Yes, but Sacramento made some strides at the end of last year. They barely missed the playoffs, but they made some strides. I figured they would come into this year and actually do something, and they have not. So, no, this one's Philadelphia or nothing for me.
Okay. Yeah, I stayed off this game. This was a pass.
Yeah, maybe over in the Jazz thinking, but not really liking it. Nope. Sixers, yes. 3 years for Luke Walton, yes. That coach was horrible. Yeah, exactly. I mean, shoot, if this Sacramento team actually had a halfway decent coach, these players, Fox, Barnes, Holmes, Halliburton, and Hield, and then Bagley, they're young. This could be a very good team, with the right coaching. But unfortunately, they don't have that. Sorry, Kings fan. Maybe next year. But that is everything for today. We went through all of the stuff. If you have any other questions, or if you're watching this after the fact, leave any comments in there. We will answer comments. Most of the time we do, unless they're spam ones. So we will answer comments. But that is everything for today. Before we jump into a recap, as per always, we like to do our housekeeping as per usual. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch. We do have some news coming out soon. Just waiting for the green light. And then we'll have some news within the next couple days for you guys. Something big for me and Nick that we're super excited about. So stay tuned for that. We'll whenever that drops, me and Nick will definitely be going over that. And then speaking of Picks and Parleys, Craig did a show earlier. Me and Nick live now. Higgs at 12. Lenny with your Manic Monday at 1:30. First 40 people now to enter the stream and throw in their 3-leg parlays today. Have a chance at winning a bonus life in the last Woody standing that will start tomorrow. So make sure you guys go over there. Last game time decision returns today, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, along with a bunch of other free pick stuff. So stay tuned. A lot of content coming out on the 3 channels. So Picks and Parleys, Winning Free Picks, and Earle Sports Bets. Stay tuned for all of that. Take George Mason or the over. I believe we took nothing in that game. So I don't know if we are really that much help for you. I just want to make sure that's the right information before I say that. George Mason. Yeah, George. We have it lined at George Mason -4.5 and the total at 136. Let's see, George Mason is up at 4.5 now, so no value there. and a lean towards the under. So it would be a lean. There's not really much value on that game for us. So I'm not going to talk you off of George Mason. I would talk you off of the over. I would rather go under, but we didn't bet either of those. If you're going to take one of those, take George Mason. But recap for today, NBA slate, I like the Phoenix Suns -5.5, Sixers +3, and then the unders in the OKC, Houston, and Minnesota game. For some free picks in college basketball, Zaga game and Duke game going under the total. For you, Nick?
Yeah, for me, I am on for Monday Night Football, New York Giants +11, half unit sprinkle, money line, +400. I'm on the Predators and the Hurricanes when it comes to the ice. And I'm on Cleveland +6.5, Chicago -3.5, New Orleans +4, Utah -10, the under in New Orleans and Minnesota, the under in Boston, Houston, the under in OKC and Atlanta.
Sounds good. Bye. But that's going to wrap it up. Nick, finish it out for today.
Yeah, that's just about do it for this one. Well, and thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we go live here on Earle Sports Bets, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bets show. That's going to just about wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bets show. Thank you guys and good luck today.
See you.